Just past 8 a.m. on Saturday, March 15th, 42 degrees here in southeastern Massachusetts, more specifically Bass River on Cape Cod, where my geraniums haven't seen much love. I haven't been with them since, I think, around Christmas. It's been a while since they got watered. I'll give them some love. They'll be fine. Is there any water around? Oh, indeed there is. Look, the deck is wet. Wait, what? Most of New England is sunny this morning. What's going on Cape Cod? Well, the weather's always different here. When it's really hot in the summertime, you come down here and it's kind of cool. When it's really cold, you come down here in the wintertime and it's not as cold. It sticks out into the ocean. So what happened last night, it was 33 degrees at 10 p.m. and the dew point was in the 20s. And then the air started moving in from the southeast. Just barely feel it. Sorry about that wind noise yesterday. Happy to not have wind noise this morning. And so the air became saturated. The dew point came up to the temperature and kept going up, and the temperature and the dew point climbed together. This thermometer says 40. And when the temperature and the dew point are together, that is 100% relative humidity, and that's fog. So we have fog and a light drizzle, enough to dampen the deck. But look around the rest of New England, go way up to the north. Which mountain should I take? I guess Mount Mansfield, due to pressure from Carl Weller. The air is clear, and the temperature is in the 30s, and the dew point is in the lower 20s. And Carl reports perfect spring conditions yesterday. He says the groomers didn't get any better. And in this kind of weather, you want to get out there early, so you already missed it if you're watching this video in the afternoon. Here's the Cape Cod ice bucket, which is no longer an ice bucket, but that's about how much rain we picked up since Thanksgiving. So close to a foot of rain. And I know that the top of the earth can get very dry, and that's why we've had some fires burning. But this rain then could be welcome that's coming at New England, except for the fact it's March, and often March is our snowiest month in New England, in the mountains, that is. But that is not the case this year. Last year was a good March. It's opposite this year. For the second time in 10 days, we have a March Superstorm. This is the one 10 days ago. It was about 980 millibars near Illinois, and at the time, I think that was a Wednesday, Thursday storm, there were blizzard warnings on the west side, tornado warnings on the south side, and fires burning well to the east of it in North Carolina. Well, same thing's happening now. Here's this morning's map, though. It's a 977 millibar low, so that is stronger. And again this morning, there are blizzard warnings on the west side. Much worse severe weather outbreak is ongoing on the south side, and there were fires burning yesterday in Oklahoma. These fires, with the wind whipped dry air well ahead of the storm. And once again, New England in really good shape, comparatively speaking. We've got our birds singing. Start 2 minutes in, 3.5 minutes. The regional temperatures this morning, just about sunrise, which is just about 7 o'clock now. It was in the 20s. There was an inversion, very low layer of cold near the ground. That's since been erased, but it was in the 20s and east of the Green Mountains. But then on the northwest side of the Green Mountains, it was 51 degrees this morning already at Highgate, Vermont. Where Sterling yesterday was not 70, but it felt like 70, didn't it, in northern Vermont? And here in Cape Cod, the wind coming in off the ocean, but the dew point was in the low 40s and the temperature's in the low 40s. So it was a chilly start, and this is the kind of air that I expected to come in. Don't know when these stratocumulus clouds are going to come in. I talk about it in the end more, how difficult it is to time these low-level clouds and place them out. So most of New England's having a nice day today, but here's the Boston 10-day meteogram from weather.us, and it shows the clouds coming in late today, and then tomorrow, well, today, pretty close to 60, especially away from the coast, and then tomorrow, again in the 60s away from the coast with rain advancing. And in Boston, tomorrow the clouds are going to be thickening up, and the temperature and the dew point, the blue line and the red line, are together. So we'll probably have some low clouds and maybe some drizzle for the St. Patrick's Day parade. And it doesn't show much sunshine. Does not show much sunshine right on through. Another weather system coming at us. A cool off Monday, Tuesday, and a warm up Wednesday, Thursday with some more rain possible late Thursday into Friday. But again, that's been a moving target. These Thursday, Friday systems have always been really challenging for months in a row now in New England. The storm coming at us is going to be weakening dramatically as it comes through. We want to start with the rainfall amounts for New England. Well, actually, did I show you at the advisories, watches, and warnings? Talked about a blizzard. So the blizzard warning is in eastern South Dakota and parts of Minnesota. It's only a really narrow band of snow. The snow in the wake of this system has been off the charts in western United States. Oh, sorry, there's a tornado. The yellow is a tornado watch from Ohio down to, looks like, southern Arkansas and Louisiana. And that's going to reform today. The tornadoes are going to be in the southeastern United States. And this is there's a flood watch. So many things going on. A flood watch in northern Vermont, where the rainfall looks like it's going to be not as intense as the rest of New England, but the snow melt is going to be intense. So if it's not rain, it's melting snow that can cause some flooding. And the Severe Storm Prediction Center says today is going to be a terrible day for tornadoes. Around Mississippi and Alabama, there's a new low forming on the front on the north side of Louisiana, and that's going to be deepening through the 990s into the 980s. And that shows up on the satellite image. Look at that huge swirl in the middle of the nation. That's the Superstorm embodiment from yesterday into this morning. And then you can see that other swirl there that's getting organized. Looks like right around Louisiana, Arkansas, and Mississippi. And that's where Severe Storm Prediction Center says today there is an incredible tornado potential. Counting up the severe storms that have already happened with this from the Severe Storm Prediction Center, more than 550 reports of severe weather. So really frightening kind of weather. And did you hear about that car accident on the backside of the storm? Accident. It was a major collision. Semi-truck jackknifed, another one jackknifed. Cars were involved. 2 people lost their lives in a snowstorm in northern Arizona. So skiing is great, but driving too fast in the snow and losing control is terrible. All right, on with it. I think I'll first show the NAM high resolution QPF, quantitative precipitation forecast. There are these specks of just some drizzle. It's probably just low clouds and fog, really, without much precipitation today. The clock is in the upper left there. Remember, 0Z -4, that's 8 p.m. Not much going on tonight. And then we keep going to 12Z. Tomorrow morning is 8 a.m. Still not much going on in New England. Here comes the rain advancing from southwest to northeast. And there are the downpours, mostly after 4 p.m. tomorrow, 0Z, 8 p.m. tomorrow night. And then tomorrow night's the heavy rain. Looks like areas that need the rain the most, like Connecticut, are getting the most rain. Parts of Connecticut look like 1 to 2 inches. And areas that need the rain the least, like Vermont, getting the least amount of rain, with generally less than a ½ inch. When this flow comes in from the south and even southeast, you get more wet weather, and often it's snow, but this time it's rain on the east side of the mountains, and that is the case. The Mount Washington area could come in with an inch or 2 of rain on top of the snow, melting snow, but the snow melt will diminish on Monday, but it doesn't look as cold on Monday as it was before. So now let's go to the GFS. The GFS, the 0Z run, initializes the first map in a 0Z run is actually 6Z, which is 2 a.m. So there's the 2 a.m. map with a 977 low, very close to Iowa, very close to that one from 10 days ago, and it's racing to the north. And as that happens, a new low forms over the southeastern United States, deepens down and through the 980s, or into the 990s rather, and there's your severe weather outbreak in the southeastern United States this afternoon, and that batch of rain is going to be racing at New England, but it's also going to be outrunning its fuel, its cold air aspect of that you always have cold involved with these storms, and the cold is gone from New England, and there's not going to be much on the backside, so the rain just diminishes to downpours with maybe an embedded thunderstorm and non-severe weather here tomorrow night. But even without severe thunderstorms, we'll probably have some wind gusts to about 50 or 55 miles an hour. So local power outages are possible. Monday, it does not look anywhere near as cool as it did. Doesn't look like any rain changing to snow in New England. It looks like it just kind of ends here on Monday. And another storm is coming on from the Pacific, one after another coming in on from the Pacific and crossing the nation. And here we go. Tuesday looks like a perfect day for spring skiing with a cold start and a mild finish. And then it gets windy and warmer again Wednesday, back into the 60s. Some spots will be about 70. The first 70-degree weather is likely here in the next 10 days. And that storm drives up to the north, and Wednesday night and Thursday, where yesterday, a couple days ago, it showed snow on Thursday in southeastern New England, shows warm and dry on Thursday morning. But there is still a serious front coming at us, but it looks like the front is losing its precipitation, and it's trying to come through without too much precipitation. And then another low forms on that front over the Gulf of Maine, and now we have a windy, cold, snowy in some spots Friday next week. Slow it down. That low is deepening through the 970s just north of Maine. There is a blizzard next Friday. The rest of New England is windy and cold with a chance of some upslope snow. Doesn't look anywhere near as upslope snowy as it did 24 hours ago. Sorry, guys. Josh up there at Jay. Sorry. But that'll adjust again. And then over the next weekend, looks like Saturday we're kind of on the wintry side. And then Sunday, the front doesn't know where to go. And you've got more action. Another 990 low coming out of the Central Plains. And then we take it out to 8 p.m. on Monday, March 24th. That's now 240 hours. And there's a little blue there in the higher elevation, some elevation snow and some green, some lower elevation rain. That would be now out to the end in next weekend and into Monday. The fourth week of March is going to be maybe colder and wetter than the first week of March. We'll see, but we are definitely on the warmer and wet side of the front this March. So different than last March, where we were getting one snowstorm after another. All right, what do we have here? This is one of my rescue lilacs. Let's close in on that. I guess we're done with the weather aspect of this. I think I might be able to burn on Cape Cod. There's no wind and it's drizzling, and so it's a good burn day. Yeah, we've got plenty to burn here. And my worm farm down here, Stone, thank you, Peter. This is the worm farm, and I went to my worm farm yesterday in Weymouth, and I couldn't find any worms. Here's this worm moon, and I'm talking all about worms, but I couldn't find any yesterday. My compost pile in Weymouth was still frozen. Where do worms go in the winter? Do they completely disintegrate and start over? I have a lot to learn about worms. If I'm going to call myself a worm farmer, I'm going to work on that. Chuck, come on over and let's turn over this worm farm and see if we can't find some worm farms. But yesterday, big doings in my backyard up there. Joint effort by the homeowners and the town and the state and the federal. That wall, retaining wall, is complete. And wait till you see the backyard. And then we travel south to Cape Cod in the sunshine. And it was kind of chilly last night. And I was wondering if we would get a frost, but no, we just got dew. Temperature cooled to the dew point, dew and drizzle. And the birds were singing for a really pretty evening here last evening. It was chilly. And all right, here's the and more from yesterday. Thanks for watching. I'm sure I forget some stuff, but I do what I can do. Oh yeah, I just remembered one of the things I forgot. Peer pressure. Ross Budd always wants to include his friends in the TK out the door. Okay, friend of Ross Budd. Use beautiful hairdo, beautiful ski day. Thanks for sharing. Always love the content. All right. Here's the and more from yesterday. The stairs are here. That's them upside down right there. Here come the stairs. There are the stairs. They're going to lead to the garden. Those stairs are going to be going away. There's a tripod. Making sure it's level, which I love, of course. It's that first placement. It's most important. Got some action going on over here too. Still waiting on the pile driving. Not sure what's going to happen right there. Some kind of stitch in the walkway or something. Here at the street sweeper. All right, swept, and I need to use my phone. Well, my camera, I've got to turn it to a phone and do some work. So I'll be right back. Love it. This is the new worm farm stairway right there. Thank you guys. Alright, we'll watch the rest of it from this angle. 9 o'clock. The sky is clearing. Still good. Alright, it's in place now. They're just gonna prop it underneath some stone. I gotta use this phone camera thing again. And northeast wind. This is more like what I thought it was gonna be yesterday. When these highs go off to your north, they offer a lot more resistance than when they go off to the south. In other words, it's harder to get the warmer air in here.
Okay, we're here at the Standard Park, Bluebird Day. An absolute perfect groom. You cannot get any better. Oh boy, there she goes. Yeah, just absolutely spectacular. Been 4 people down here today. It's about 9:30, 9:45. Later.
Oh yeah, birds are singing. Steve wishes he was out here with us. Hi Steve. Keeping an eye on everything. Out for our 11 o'clock. It's actually 11:30. Birds are singing. Get a little away from that noise of the construction. And there's that stratocumulus layer that often comes in off the ocean. Any time of year. It has to do with the dew point getting up to and trying to exceed the ocean water temperature, which is now in the lower 40s. So all you need is a dew point in the lower 40s to get this kind of layer. And then it depends on the stability and the wind and the convergence and so many dynamics. So one place can be kind of gray and cool with maybe some drizzle. Another place, like right here on the hill, beautiful blue sky and sunshine, and the birds are singing. And T-Rex is loving the springtime. Who doesn't love the springtime? Something else just get delivered? Did I miss something? What did you just deliver? Saw something. Oh, first signs of loam. Sonotube. Yep, there it is. The future backyard right there. Oh yeah, beautiful blue sky. Additional instability aloft. And last of the Christmas lights coming off the umbrella tree, also known as a weeping willow, I think. Weeping cherry, rather. It's going to be budding beautifully in 6 weeks. Watch how he turns this bucket bin. Like he's spinning it on a dime. Look at that. Boom. No problem. It's the top. And here comes the new loam. Move the boards. Those went on 4 weeks ago. It was nothing but ice down there. Now, it's mud. But here comes some more garden material. This is the first of the garden material. Where are you gonna put it, Jim? Right on the worms. That loam is a result of other worms doing their job. That's why you have a worm farm, so you get loam like that. Oh yeah, I can already see the sunflowers coming out of there. Mint update. Looks cozy. Backyard update. Luciano's here. Keep an eye on the crew. all good from this layman's perspective, including the stratocumulus cloud, which completely evaporated. That's what happens with the heating of the midday. The temperature goes up and exceeds that of the dew point. But sometimes it's fickle. Sometimes it comes right back in. Sometimes it sticks around. Sometimes it doesn't even form.
This way. This way. You want to get forward to there?
Yeah. The ground hasn't seen the sun since mid-February. It was all ice. 2:30. Rebuilding the yard. Woohoo!
How you like it?
I love it. I can see the grass blooming already.
Well, let's hope.
Yeah, looks great.
Probably want to stay off of it.
Yeah.
The dog's gonna go out and do that thing, but
Well, a lot of times you grow a lawn. If you put some wood over it while the seed germinates, it germinates faster. You ever seen that?
wood. You're using straw.
Or hay.
No?
Use what?
Straw.
Straw. Hay.
Come on, hay.
Oh, straw.
Hay.
That's right, because hay is seeds.
Yes.
So I gotta get a grassless straw. I mean, where do you get that?
You don't want a germinating straw.
Right.
Hay.
Where do you
Put
get it?
hay down when it gets wet. It snaps everything.
Yeah.
It kills the grass. Put down straw, it repels the water.
So I gotta go to the horse store.
Yeah.
Find it.
Is there one here?
I know people with horses.
Good animal.
Thanks. That's awesome. So that's still ice right there. From 4 weeks ago, we have new steps. And gorgeous. So the sun's already heating through right there. You can see the water coming through. Yep, and there's the ice left over from February. Still good ice. So the wood was like a refrigerator. Let's see if there's any worms. Yeah, all that water that was stored in the ground too. You can see it kind of coming through right there. March 14th, 2025. The new worm farm steps. Let's see if the ground is loosened up enough that we might be able to find a couple of worms. Everyone's talking about the worm moon. There's still a lot of frost in there, so I think the worms have to go down 30 feet. There's the frost layer right there, kind of breaking through it. Alright, so that's still frozen. Looking dirty either way, huh? I think they might be more over here. This side over here is more well done. Like those are older, so the worms are probably more that way. We'll revisit this someday. I want to go down, check out the South Dennis worm farm next. All right, well that'll warm up nicely. We'll be back. All right, we're out of here, heading south, I think. And water temperature 43, air temperature 43, but blue sky makes a big difference, warming you up. All right, to South Dennis. Live at 5, entering Dennis, Bass River. I just lost Chuck Nolan on the radio. Yep, haven't been here in a little while. Beautiful, 47 degrees. South Dennis, not a cloud in the sky. Low dew point will do it every time. Out the door. Quiet, kinda. Birds are a little bit loud. Huh. cardinal. There's another crow that's in disrepair. I just feel spring in the air. Why don't we just close it out here? Get it while the getting's good. The birds singing. And the time lapse of Cape Cod, where I would guess there were some clouds this morning. Were there? Turning into a beautiful blue sky. Oh, beautiful. And plenty of forsythia for the taking. Wow, is that a red-winged blackbird? I think I heard red-winged blackbird. We don't have any fresh water here. Bird sound bonanza. Thanks for watching. Talk to you tomorrow.